I wanted to tell you a little bit about my current classes that are coming up, and you know, oh, Miss Maddie wants to join in. Come on, Miss Maddie. Oh, here we go. Miss Maddie wants to tell you about them as well. There you go. Hello, Miss Maddie. Yes, I wanted to tell you a little bit about the classes that are coming up, and I had a choice of writing a big blog post, doing a newsletter, or just getting on the video and telling you about it here. And you know me, I'd rather be on camera than trying to write a big blog post. Hello. So, I have two classes at the moment that are imminent. On December the 1st, Christmas Chronicles begins for 2014. This is the third year in a row we've done it. And on January the 1st, When Frogs Sing 2015 begins, and that is in its second year. Let me tell you first about Christmas Chronicles. You know what it's like in December. You're trying to organise just everything that you normally organise, and at the same time you're trying to get organised for Christmas, while simultaneously, for many of you, sorting out after Thanksgiving. It can be a bit of a hectic time. There's so much to do. Now, I'm not an expert on it, and I have to say my Christmases tend to be very quiet, but, you know, I still have to buy presents, I have to send cards, I've still got a job to do, and particularly for me, this time of year, I'm wall-to-wall filming for new classes, so I have to be particularly organised. I can't just, like in July, I can suddenly decide, you know, I don't want to film today, I'm going to go into town, I'm going to take my day off today. And I can do that, and it's fine. I can't do that right now, especially having just had 10 days off sick. I'm really behind right now. So, of course, when that happens, the first thing to happen is our hobbies go out the window. So that quiet 10 minutes that we like to spend with our journal, the few minutes that we like to spend organising our planner or decorating it, those times when we'd really like to sit and write about what's going on and what we feel and things that are going around our head and just get it out on paper, we don't do that, and the stress builds up when we get to Christmas and we don't enjoy Christmas. Yeah, we all suffer from it. And the strange thing is, even if you don't do Christmas, you still get it. It's like everybody, it's like a collective thing that everybody starts, you know, all this thing is happening with the kids are doing this at school, and this is happening and that's happening, and there's Christmas party at work and this and that and you know, even if you don't celebrate Christmas, you get caught up in it and you end up just as stressed as everybody else. So, Christmas Chronicles is a way to get through from the 1st of December to Christmas without killing anyone, without losing a limb or a child or grandma, without, you know, stressing out so much that you give yourself a hernia. We just want to get through to Christmas as easily as possible, taking our time without feeling like, oh my goodness, yeah, you know. Now that's a little bit easier for some than it is for others, and I'm one of those people that actually finds it quite easy. The more stressful a situation, the more easy I find it to disengage from it and just say, no, you know what, never mind. So, for me, I find it quite easy to get through to December. And I thought, well, why not put that to good use and show some of you how to get through through December without the stress. Now, that's not to say that I have the answer to everything. I don't. But I do know how to help you organise, help you plan, and still give you enough time to just do little things in your journal, just make a Christmas journal, just keep something going so you keep that creativity going, and when you get to January the 1st, you don't suddenly feel like you failed the end of last year and, you know, you have this sudden rush that you have to do everything all at once. It negates that completely because you just keep the flow going, and you get to January and you just turn a new page and you start a new page with something different. So it's very chilled, it's very relaxed. It is not religion orientated, okay? I know it's the Christmas Chronicles, but it's not geared around solely Christmas. I've had girls who did it last year who were pagan like myself. I've had, last year we had a couple of Jewish girls doing it, not because they needed to organise anything in particular for the holidays. You know, Hanukkah is not a massive hoo-ha like Christmas is. You know, there's not a big thing. You do a bit of decoration, you light some candles, you do some prayers, that's pretty much it. It's a lot more like Easter on the level of, you know, commercial to crazy. But they found it very interesting to, you know, look back on previous years and do some of the drawing, do some of the journaling, and, you know, they enjoyed it just as much as anybody else. Then we had others who are Christians who actually, on top of what we were doing in class, decided to run a Bible study group as well and go through the Gospels. And, you know, everybody did their own take on it. Some people, one person in particular didn't even want to do a Christmas journal. She was not in any way interested in Christmas, but she really wanted to do the class for the planning and journaling and writing. And I said to her, well, you know, are you going on holiday next year? She said, yes, actually, we're taking a big vacation. And I showed her how to alter the class to be able to prepare for going away. So instead of booking her, you know, flights home for Christmas, she was looking at her flights for her holiday and sorting out her travel arrangements and things like that. And, you know, it happened to be a winter holiday because she was in, I think, New Zealand. And so her weather was opposite. So her summer holiday would actually be midwinter break. So she was able to use all the snow and the penguins and the polar bears and things like that, and the girls wrapped up in their hats and scarves as decoration for her travel journal. So, you know, you don't have to be Christian or celebrating Christmas or anything like that. It's just, yeah, it's Christmas Chronicles because it's Christmas time. Even if you don't celebrate Christmas, it's still Christmas time somewhere in the world. So what do? We do a little bit of planning. Not too much, you know, we don't go crazy, but I do give you ideas for things that you might want to have a look at and say, well, you know, if I can organise this now rather than in 20 days' time, that takes a little bit of pressure off. So I do show you how to get a little bit ahead of the game so that you're not completely crazy and running around on Christmas Eve going, I need batteries for the kids' toys. You know, because we've all been there, haven't we? Even those of us without kids have been there. So we do a little bit of planning. We also do drawing because the idea is to create, if you want to, a seasonal journal and to decorate it. It's not a drawing class, but I show you how to draw bits and pieces. So whereas my normal drawing classes tend to be a focus on techniques, this is more how to draw a reindeer, how to draw a bauble, how to draw a girl with a scarf, you know, that kind of thing, rather than proper drawing techniques. That's another class. But in this one, you know, it's just keeping the creativity going and decorating our journals and planning and writing and still getting through Christmas and December all in one piece. And yeah, it's been very good the last couple of years. A lot of people have really enjoyed it. A lot of people have said how crazy organised they felt by the time they got to Christmas. They couldn't believe how much they'd already achieved and how little they had still to do, and that it took a lot of the pressure off. So that was the aim, and I really do enjoy keeping people going with that creativity through stressful periods, because I think journaling and writing and being a little bit creative and taking time for yourself, you know, you can spend as much time as you like trying to have a relaxing bubble bath. If you've got 3 kids, you're not going to be able to have a relaxing bubble bath. You're going to have 3 kids wandering in and out all the time, aren't you? But if you can sit down at the kitchen table with those 3 kids and some crayons and say, right, we're all going to draw a penguin, then, you know, that's a little bit easier, and a bit easier to spend family time and have some me time and just relax and chill out and still keep an eye on them. So, yeah. Lots of different things in my classes. They gear towards all sorts of people. That is Christmas Chronicles. It begins on December the 1st. I've already got a few bits and pieces up in the class for you to think about in advance. And I'm also going to show my journal that I'll be using. I'm using a Filofax this year. And I'll show you what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, and do that alongside you as the class progresses. that is available for registration now. I will leave the link below. You can go to my website and click on Christmas Chronicles and sign up if you want to. It's £25, which I'm not sure what that is in dollars. I should have looked it up, shouldn't I? Hang on a second. Okay, it's £25, which is 40 US dollars. It's about 45 Australian dollars. So it's not a hugely expensive class. My classes are open indefinitely. In fact, Christmas Chronicles 2012 is still available for those who signed up to it. So, you know, I don't close my classes unless it's absolutely necessary, and you can take as long as you like. So you could even gather up all your stuff, just do the planning, and in January kick back and do the drawing and writing and make your journal for Christmas in January, if that's what you want to do, or even set up for next year. Come and join us. Sign-ups will close on Christmas Chronicles because it's a time-dependent class. It will close on New Year's Eve, which is normal. I always close my classes that are time-dependent on the last day of the class. So if you want to sign up, you can sign up any time between now and Christmas Eve. So perhaps if you want it for Christmas, you could get somebody to buy it for you for Christmas. My second class that's starting soon is January the 1st. It's When Frogs Sing 2015. When Frogs Sing 2014 was my first full year of doing a journaling class. It was basically something to do every single day in your journal, and we looked at lots of different types of journaling, like sketchnoting and whimsical journaling and kawaii drawings and sketching, urban sketching, creative writing, all sorts of things. We did a bit of everything. This year we are going to use a slightly different format. So instead of having it broken up into sections so that you use a different style, we're actually going to break it up into types of things. I explain more about it in the class and why I've done it and why I've changed it, but you know, just take it from me, I've changed it around. So next year, each month we'll do 1 week of planning, 1 week of drawing, 1 week of creative writing, and then we'll have 1 week of just playtime. Because you can't do every single day being told what to do by somebody else. You have to have some free time to interpret things in your own way, play catch up, whatever, you know. But the premise of the class is that you spend 5 minutes a day with your journal. That is my only request for commitment, is that you spend 5 minutes a day with your journal. Even if it's only sitting with a magazine cutting things out that you might want to use in your journal at some point. That is the commitment that I ask. Anything else on top of that, you know, if you want to do the classes, if you want to join in the planning sessions, if you want to learn to draw, if you want to concentrate on the writing, you can do whatever you want. You can pick and choose whichever bits and pieces are the ones that you want to do. It is a very labour-intensive class. There is a lot to choose from. I don't think anybody in last year's class could possibly say they didn't get their money's worth. We did have a few technical issues, but you know, I can't help technical issues. Technical issues happen. But so far we're back on track and everything's going fine. We're back to where we should be again, and we're coming to the end. It's very sad. But When Frogs Sing 2015 starts very soon, and an awful lot of people who did last year's class are already signed up to do this year's class. So hopefully that says a little bit about how successful the class was and how much everybody enjoyed it. In terms of the format of the class, it's not on a Ning site, it's on a private site, and it is set up as a proper class. So you can track your progress, you can talk to other students and that kind of thing. You can get critiques from me. I do encourage people to join in on the forums. I know that's not a particularly popular thing to do with online classes. A lot of people don't like to join in on forums, but the more you join in with other people on the class and the more you put up work for me to critique, the more you're going to get out of the class at the end of the day. So you know, I do encourage people to put work up to critique, and I'm very nice about my critiques. I'm helpful. I don't just say, oh yes, that's nice, dear. I do like to tell you how you can improve it and what you could do, and encourage you to look at things critically and say, well, you know, can I see if there's something that needs to be changed or needs to be improved, or can I evaluate where I need to practice things? So it's very much a give and take situation. I don't just... I'm not a big fan of monkey see, monkey do classes where you just copy my page. No. I don't think I can honestly say that I've ever seen anybody just reproduce something that I've done in a class, because I don't encourage that. I encourage you to do it your own way, and by all means use my examples as practice, but not, you know, to finally decide on your own thing. Even if we're drawing a face, you don't have to draw the same face as me. You can use your own photo reference and things like that. I do encourage individuality, because at the end of the day, it's your journal and you have to do it in the way that you want to. Even if that means that your style of drawing is different to mine, or your style of writing is different to mine, or you don't want to do the writing prompts. You know, you look at the writing prompts and you say, yeah, but I'd rather do that as an art prompt. Go ahead, that's fine. You interpret the prompts however you want to do it. And there is tuition. I plan to do proper tuition for... I plan to do daily tuition and video tuition for the whole of the drawing session and at least half of the writing session. Obviously with writing it's not so easy to talk about it on camera, but there will be some things. We're going to do some creative lettering and things like that that are a little bit more arty that we will be able to do. I'll also be doing, for the planning section, we'll be doing a self-improvement project. And you can do anything you want. You might want to redecorate your house and do that as a project. You might want to do a book like The Artist's Way or The Happiness Project, which is what I'll be doing. You might want to do a Bible study every day. You know, whatever you want to do. You might want to get fit. You might want to track your health and fitness. You might want to lose some weight and track what you're eating and eat more healthily. Whatever you want to do, you can do as this particular self-improvement. It's not about what you do, it's about how you use your planner to do it. So I'm going to be showing you how you can track an entire project in a planner for a whole year and, you know, keep a track and a record of what's happening and how you're doing it. So for all of those of you who've got planners sitting around on your shelves because you bought lots of them and didn't know what to do, here's what you can do with one of those empty planners that are sitting forlornly on the shelf. So yeah, it's going to be a good year. I thoroughly enjoyed last year. I had technical issues, I had sickness, I had all sorts of things going on. But we made it through to the end of the year and I'm really proud of that class. I'm very proud of what we've achieved. One of the feedbacks that we had from last year's class, last year I did 10 days of tuition, 4 days of sort of inspiration and evaluation, and then a week of prompts. And the week of prompts was not very popular, so I've scrapped that for next year. We're not going to have a week of prompts. We're going to have, like I said, a planning week where you'll have, you know, things to work through in your planners. And things to implement and things to try. I will be doing a week of drawing classes, which will be in the How to Draw A format, because I just think that'll be more fun, you know, than trying to teach boring techniques like shading and stuff like that. I don't want to teach you how to shade. I want to teach you how to draw a cute teapot and make it look pretty. And we'll learn shading as we go, you know. So our how-tos are going to be little exercises that you can do each day if you want to, or you can spread them out over the month. Then we'll have a week of creative writing where you'll learn how to journal or do pretty fonts or do, you know, pretty characters or whatever in your journal. All sorts of different things in the creative writing sessions. And then in the creative week, that'll just be all sorts of different things. I haven't really decided what I will do exactly yet. I tend to like to base that on, you know, on the group and see what the group overall is like. But based on last year, I think it'll probably be things like, you know, inspiring videos, seeing a bit of what I do in my journal. We'll have some fun challenges from Miss Maddie. She likes to get involved and set you fun challenges to do in your journals. So I'm sure that will carry on next year. And, you know, we might have a prompt week at some point, or some way of showing you how to find prompts or something like that. But it certainly won't be lots of prompts like it was this year. It's a bit too labour intensive. I actually prefer the hands-on stuff where I'm showing you what to do rather than just, you know, here's a prompt, get on with it. You can find that anywhere on the internet for free. So yeah, that is When Frogs Sing 2015. It starts on the 1st of January. Now, one thing that I will say about the class is a tiny bit expensive. It is £99 for the full class, which I think is around $150-ish. I'm not really entirely sure exactly how much it equates to, and the exchange rates are all over the place at the moment anyway, so 150-ish, I think. But, you know, that sounds expensive, and I do appreciate that. However, if you think about it, you're going to get, just on the drawing side, I plan to do 12 drawing sessions of a week each. So 7 12s are 84, that's 84 drawing lessons for £99. Plus you're getting all the planner sessions, the writing sessions, the font sessions, all the extra inspiration and creativity and stuff like that. So, you know, it is a full year class, and I'm not one of those teachers who starts a class and doesn't finish it. Every single one of my classes has gone right the way through to completion, with the exception of one, and that was a summer class that I decided to pick the worst summer ever to do a summer class. I intend to revisit that one next year for those who signed up for it and are still in the class, but you know, that's something I've arranged with them. But yeah, all my other classes, you get the same quality all the way through, right through to the end. Nothing changes. Like I say, 2014, When Frogs Sing 2014, the consensus was by the time we got to September, nobody was interested in prompts anymore. So I've kind of spread out what they've been doing rather than putting in a week of prompts here and there. But that's because the class has asked for that. You know, that's the feedback I've got, that nobody's interested in the prompts. They want to concentrate on the actual work. And that's fine. I like to change my classes according to what people want when they're in the class. But as far as completing the classes, every single one of my classes that I've ever done has gone right the way through to completion. And currently, I don't want to put a jinx on anything, so touch wood, but currently my re-sign up rate is about 60%. So over half of the people who take a class with me immediately sign up for another one straight away. If you're not entirely sure whether you'll like my way of teaching or whatever, I do have £10 taster classes available. Those are from When Frogs Sing 2014. There are currently 3 available. 1 planner session, 1 drawing session for more advanced sketchers, and 1 for absolute beginner sketchers who have no idea what they're doing and can't even draw a stick figure. So if you want to sign up for those, again, all the links will be down below. Please go to the blog post that I link, and that will have all the information there on my website where you can get to everything straight away, sign up for what you want. And yeah, it's going to be a good year. We're going to have a lot of fun. I love doing these year-long classes. I'm really enjoying how they work, and I'm looking forward to the new format because I think that would be a lot easier to deal with. When I set up the format for last year, I thought about it as a class, but I didn't really think about it in terms of how much work it would be for me. So I'm very excited to be changing it up this year and doing it in a way that will allow me to do sort of a week of vlogging, a week of tuition, a week of vlogging, a week of tuition. I think that will work much better for me and for my students. So hopefully I'll see some of you in class. If you want to sign up, like I say, links are below. Do come and see me. And also, I know that is a lot of money to fork out for, so I have to tell you, if you sign up for both classes, there is a discount. You get When Frogs Sing and Christmas Chronicles, you can get Christmas Chronicles for half price. In addition, rather than just having you need to fork out for everything all at once, I also offer payment plans. You can split your payments into 3 and pay over 3 months, and it's all done through PayPal. It's all automated. All you need to do if you want that is to contact me directly, either through Facebook or through my email on my website, and request a payment plan, and I will sort that out for you. I have no problem with doing that as long as you are somebody I know. So if you're a subscriber, you regularly comment on my videos, you perhaps know me on Facebook, you follow me on Twitter, if we chat occasionally, you know, anything like that, that's absolutely fine. If I don't know you from Adam, then I'm sorry, you're going to have to sign up for a taster class first. That is the best way to go, and then you can upgrade from there if you want to at a later date. So there you go. I'm sorry this has been a long rambly video with nothing to actually show you, but I have had so many people ask me to do a video explaining about my classes, and I can tell you that an awful lot of my classes are not me just sitting talking to the camera. In fact, I don't think they've seen my face since we did art history back in September. So there you go. I do generally have things pointing down at the desk showing you something interesting. But next year we will have some coffee vlogs and things going on, and I will show you a lot more of my own journal, which is something that this year's class has requested. So yeah, it's going to be a good year. Do come and join us. I would love to see some of you there, and happy journaling.